China's just going to step away. They're going to go with the BRICS system, which is Brazil, India, Russia, China, South Africa, and there's other countries that have signed on to it also. And the idea that keeps getting pushed around is that BRICS is going to gold back their currency and everyone's going to move to it and it's going to become the new world reserve currency. And I think one thing that needs to be realized is the whole concept of BRICS was actually put forward as, I believe, a white paper by, I believe, Goldman Sachs. So it was actually an American invention that was put forward. It wasn't even like, a Chinese or Russian, process that came out. And another thing to understand is that no reserve currency has ever come into play through decree. The US dollar became the reserve currency because we were the strongest economy after World War II, and we had the strongest military, and we continued to be the strongest economy. And that's why the US dollar is the reserve currency. It's not because we woke up one day and said, okay, we're going to make the US dollar the reserve currency. I mean, after World War II, Britain said, okay, let's keep the pound as a reserve currency. And the US looked at them and kind of laughed and, they went home. So it's not something you can just make happen by decree. And could it eventually become a world reserve currency? Maybe. I don't see it happening. And also, you have to keep in mind that for something to become a reserve currency, all the parties involved, and it's all the countries I listed, plus, dozens of other countries, some of which are not very stable, would also have to be, I guess, in agreement on how this BRICS currency was going to be rolled out and how it was going to be managed and the digital aspects of it. And it'll definitely be, a digital reserve currency of sorts. I mean, it's a CBDC. I just don't see it working, and maybe I'm wrong, but that doesn't mean it can't, become prominent in its own right in some way. If anything, I think you'll get a bifurcation between the Western and the Eastern economies, and maybe BRICS will get used among the Eastern economies, and the dollar will be used among the Western economies. And that doesn't mean the dollar will last forever. No, it is going to collapse at some point. But it's just there isn't any viable replacements at this point.